Title: The Undead Granny Takes a Second Beau, Departs for Real. TLDR. In an event straight out of a Hollywood horror flick, Bella Montoya, a 76-year-old lady from Ecuador, played a unique game of peekaboo with the Grim Reaper. After being pronounced dead, she woke up in her coffin, gave her family the fright of their lives, before sadly passing away a week later. Curtains up. And here we see Bella Montoya making a dramatic entrance, from her own coffin. Yup, that's right. We're all accustomed to the saying, life's a stage and we're merely players, but this spunky granny took it to a whole new level. This is not your grandma's grandma, folks. She was first pronounced dead due to a cardiorespiratory arrest. But, just like any good protagonist, she left her audience wide-eyed when she started knocking from inside her coffin, 5 hours later, during her wake. We're talking a literal knock-knock, who's there? Moment, and no, it wasn't a bad joke. But let's dive deeper, shall we? The plot thickens. So, after her grand revival, Bella was immediately rushed back to the hospital where she had been initially declared dead. Now, here's the kick in the teeth. After a week in ICU, our resilient star gave her final beau and sadly, was declared dead. Again. Is death even real, bro? Her son, Gilbert Barber, heartbroken and confused, had to say goodbye to his mother twice in a week. How does one even begin to process that? The doctors offered some insight, claiming the misdiagnosis could have been due to a condition called catalepsy. This bad boy can mimic the signs of death, slow bodily functions, and even cause body rigidity. But I mean, come on, is a human body so hard to read? Maybe someone needs to create a Death for Dummies guide? As a result of this uncanny fiasco, the Health Ministry has formed a technical committee to review its death declaration process. But, hey, aren't these things they should have figured out by now? And it's not just Ecuador pulling a weekend at Bernie's. Earlier this year, a similar episode happened in the US. An 82-year-old woman was found breathing by funeral staff after being declared dead. These death blunders raise the question, what else are we getting wrong? Is there something more to explore here, or are these simply grave errors? Pun absolutely intended. Unfortunately, Bella now lies in the same funeral home she woke up in, soon to be buried in a public cemetery. She made her final exit, and this time, the curtains have truly closed. Her story, though tinged with sorrow, will undoubtedly be a reminder of life's peculiar unpredictability and the gaps in our medical knowledge. So, readers, what's your take on this? How would you react if a loved one rose from the dead at their own funeral? More importantly, what measures should be in place to prevent such macabre mishaps in the future? Disclaimer: